Hey everybody, Gary Braun here again with Pivotal Advisors, and I'm talking to business owners today. A lot of you run the whole company and you are also the de facto sales leader. Not by choice, but just because that's who everybody comes to, and you don't have a formal sales leader position in your company. Really, really common, but a question I get quite often is, at what point should I consider hiring a sales leader and bringing them in? It's a big decision. They're very expensive. And they're not producing revenue in a lot of cases, so that's something to consider. And the other one is, I want you to be really honest with yourself. Can you give up control? Because I've seen so many times the owner will bring in a sales leader, but then they don't give up control, and then they get unhappy with that sales leader and they discard them. That doesn't work out anyway. So those are a couple prerequisites. Can you afford it? And can you really give up control? But there's also a couple of things that you need to consider. One is your company too reliant on you? Does your company come to you for everything ops, everything marketing, everything sales, everything? If it is, it might be time to take one of those and delegate it to somebody else. Your job is to create the strategy for the company, manage the finances in many cases. You're there to set the overall vision. You can't possibly be the one that's involved in all of these different things. And guess what? If you ever look to sell the company, if you ever look to pass it to employees, you ever look to do something along those lines, the value of your company is a lot less if it's all reliant on you. So if the company's reliant on you, that's step number one that you should look at and say, maybe it's time to get a sales leader. Step number two, sales is too reliant on you. Maybe you've dished some of these other things off, but sales is still coming to you for everything. Again, for the very same reasons, delegate it. If pricing comes to you, if every deal's there, if you're on the sales calls, again, that devalues the company because nobody wants to buy it if it's all reliant on you and you go away, and then a lot of the value goes away. So that's number two. Number three, are you good at it? A lot of people aren't. They didn't come up through sales. They came up through finance. Maybe they invented something. Maybe they created the company and whatnot. They did sales. Maybe they're passionate about it and they actually sold things, but they might not be good at it. And they might not be good at sales management. I look at sales management, and that is creating a strategy, creating a plan, coaching, being in the field with them and observing, having one-on-ones, putting together forecasts. A lot of you right now are going, you don't like to do that? That's fine. Then don't do it. I mean, if it's not something you're passionate about and you're not good at it, give it to a professional who is good at it. And the last one is time. If you don't have time to do this, don't do a half good job at that. Censored very much there. Don't do a half good job at that. Give it to somebody who can really run it well. So those are things to think about. So what are your options? You get to those point, you answer these questions, and you went, I'm not very good at it. I don't have time to do it. I'm not passionate about it. It's too reliant on me. But geez, I can't afford it. A few things to think about. Could always hire the player coach. That's a tough job. If you hire a player coach, usually you get somebody who's more player and they're going to work all their accounts and maybe coach once in a while, or you're going to get somebody who's all coach and maybe they're going to work accounts once in a while, and it never works out that great. Be really clear on which of those do you need more. Maybe there's even somebody on your team you can give some coaching responsibilities to. The second one is maybe a fractional sales leader. They're out there. We do that. Talk to us if you want to learn more about that. We can help you do a lot of those things you don't like to do. Hold that accountability, do the one-on-ones, put together forecasts and whatnot. That's an option as well. And then the last option is hire somebody. Hire somebody full-time who's going to run that. Most companies that hire a sales leader, when they finally make that commitment and can give up control, they do a lot better. The team gets better, accountability gets better, your activity goes up, you get more opportunities. So some things to think about. It's not an easy decision, I know, but some things to consider as you're trying to make that decision. So thank you for watching this. I appreciate that. We got all kinds of videos out there. Please subscribe to our channel down here on YouTube. We're on all the other social media avenues as well, LinkedIn and Facebook and all the rest, and Twitter and all the rest of that stuff as well. That's great. Please subscribe, please like us, and we'll see you next time.